Yeah.
You are now live on Channel 8 and YouTube.
I'll call this meeting to order at 6:34. Let's start with the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, let's take a quick review of the minutes. Everyone had a chance to look at the minutes. I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes as submitted.
I'll make the motion.
Second. Excellent. Any discussion? All in favor? Okay.
Mike is online, so you have to ask him.
Oh. Mike, have you had a chance to take a look at the minutes?
I don't know if I have a digital copy, but
Okay. Want to just abstain then?
I'm abstained. Yep.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Okay, moving on to the A&R. We have a representative?
Yes. Have the plans in their pocket.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, something for,
It's the same plan.
sure. Yeah, I just figured so the, audience can take a look at it.
That's great. Yeah.
All right, so I'm John Plifka from McCarty Engineering tonight, representing the applicant Earthland Development LLC. We are proposing two A&R lots located on Cottage Lane. One would be just a 1 acre lot, as you can see to the left, and the second one would just be the remaining land. This probably looks familiar to the board, this property at least, but we're just here tonight for the A&R plan.
Okay, so lot one's the 1 acre, that's the new,
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
And then
And
the
everything else
remaining
is the remaining.
land would be lot 2.
Charlie,
From Cottage Lane, from Cottage Lane. Yes.
the house that's there, we can coming down.
So Lori, why are there two sets of plans? I'm trying to understand.
Just because of the size requirement on the scale, that second plan is actually just part 2 of lot 1, or lot 2, excuse me. So that lot 2 is big.
It's the continuation.
okay. Okay. But really, anything, what's changing is just the lot 1. That's the only thing that's being
Correct. Well, then, adjusting it for that lot 2.
correct. Right. Right. But it's really only creating the one new lot. Lot 2 is just the remaining of what's currently there.
Lot 1 was part of lot 2 originally.
Just kind of shifting those lines a little bit.
Yep. Got a stone wall in the back of the.
Yes.
Anything that. Any questions from the board?
This is Route 2 around, right? This is where the cows should be. Hey, George.
That's sort
Yeah. Right down there, look at that.
So part of lot 2,
Where's the frontage?
Yeah.
So we have partial frontage, well, we have frontage on both, technically on Cottage and Baker. There's a small access strip existing, but now we're adding to that.
But where's, so you need 150.
you got 115 up front.
Yep. So we would have to come back to you guys to make it zoning compliant to do anything further with that lot.
We can't,
I don't know if we can,
we can't create a lot that's non-conforming. So I guess
It's already non-conforming though, that's,
but you have plenty of frontage and acreage currently. So creating lot 2 or cutting off lot 1. You won't have enough frontage on
lot 2. Do we have what it looked like before?
basically just,
No, I know, but I want to know, I want to make sure I understand, because this was all one lot.
no, there was a small section to the left of our.
Can you come show it?
Yes.
Or show us up there, actually?
There was a small piece of frontage right here.
Okay.
Between the existing stone wall and our new, or the new shows lot line.
Yeah.
That was our frontage on Cottage Lane prior. Okay.
I guess I don't just stand up and go over there.
I
guess I'm still confused. Sorry. Yeah. No, I don't mind standing up, that's all right. So this right here is lot 2, this is part of it. This is lot 1. Lot 1 has the right frontage. This is non-conforming. What did it look like prior? Was it all this?
It's just the one. Lot 2. That was one little strip for the bigger parcel. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that means go to here. The water line actually is here. And if you do this one, then this one is in. Yeah. But this is lot 2.
We're gonna approve it out lot. Well, I need to, I guess, Lori, I'll have to ask you that, like. We typically wouldn't,
create a non-conforming lot.
even if it was an outlot, like say someone wanted to carve 5 acres out the back of their yard. And just have an outlot. We typically would not approve that.
Well, I think the difference here is that it was already non-conforming and they're adding to what was there.
It doesn't look like they're adding, maybe I'm misunderstanding, it doesn't look like they're adding to it, it looks like they're shifting it and they're taking. Right, this is the little path we're talking about,
Yes, that was the frontage.
so this was already there,
This was part of a single family house, right?
What is that
This
little
house
path
here.
that goes all the way?
Yeah, that was our access point.
But the original frontage of this lot was Baker.
And Cottage. I
Taken
think.
into- Yeah, that's an existing house, but
265.
I guess it could be removed. Yeah.
For the single family lot here.
Yes, I don't see, so that,
I don't see how we split that.
because the thing is too, like, we're
I'm
not,
gonna look at it over here more, but.
because even though the frontage on Baker, there's still some question as to where that actually.
Well, this isn't the frontage on Baker is 61 feet.
Is that the, on Baker?
We have 61 there and then we also have frontage.
Right, the frontage on, like, I guess it looks like this was one lot that had 265-ish feet of frontage, is what it looks like. It
You're
correct me
saying
if I'm
the
wrong.
big lot?
Yeah,
No, we only had that small strip here.
yeah,
Cottage, and then the 60 feet over here, so it's already non-conforming.
okay,
So we have this parcel here. And now we're just adjusting the lot lines and lot. And then adding the remaining lands to the larger parcel.
The house that
So is that-
currently sits there is sitting right on the boundary line.
That's correct, this could be removed.
So what land was merged with? I'm excused myself.
John, what
So what was the original,
That's what I want to say.
so the original lot was connected with the lot up front?
The original lot basically had to see right here, stone wall.
Okay,
That's. It's a single family house.
okay. What was the original now?
It was. It was one, but. I was over an acre, right around an acre.
Yeah, so is this whole thing now one? Or is this is just here and that's what's going
So
to
yeah,
be?
this is lot one, and then lot two would be
Show John.
all the remaining.
Here you go, John.
Right, but
That's what it looks like now.
Right, okay, so this makes more sense now. I see what you're trying to do here, all right? So Charlie, if you look at this, I don't know if Dennis and Frank want to look at this. Lot two was kind of like an outlot. It had a small little corridor of access.
okay,
And now you're splitting. So I'm only one person, right? And I'm not sure, Lori, we'd have to review it. I would not create, we have a conforming lot and a non-conforming lot. Lot 40, what's actually lot 1 now. Is it all a single owner here of this property? Right
so
now.
we're taking one conforming and one non-conforming, making two.
No,
We're making one conforming, we're just changing.
You're changing the boundary line of lot.
Yes,
one.
we're not changing the number of non-conforming.
Correct.
You're shifting it from one side to the other. You're shifting the non-conforming lot from this side to this side.
Right.
With more frontage. too.
With more frontage, but still not enough. But there's more frontage than there
I was
was.
gonna say, it's becoming less non-conforming.
Right,
Yes,
but still not. So,
I know we have shifted things before with two non-conforming.
to make one conforming, when you had two non-conformings to make one conforming, but I'm not sure why we would just. So for me, this being. If you showed me just this 1 acre lot
This is
here.
the-
I
That's
would
the
be
original lot.
Comfortable, we're
So
creating
as
this
the
lot
engineer
here.
described,
that
this
has
is the little
less
sliver.
Frontage.
It's the frontage on,
So can
Cottage Lane.
I just ask, like,
and this is the lot.
I don't know,
Applicant.
I'm not sure if I'm allowed to even ask, but I guess I'll ask it.
Boundaries of this one,
Well, like,
so that this lot is.
if you came
less
back to the
non-conforming
board, no, just to this board,
yes.
On
right.
cottage per your plans. That's what.
and I can only speak for myself, like, improving lot one
13.2.
is, I don't see it as an issue,
Right.
but I would not feel
Questions for them. I
comfortable
don't know what zone it's in, but that's.
in the
what we
future
plan.
ever approving lot two. That would have to go to some zoning board, because this is non-conforming.
Well. It comes from the road.
I was gonna say,
It's only 50 feet in Templeton.
That's why I'm not to make
Right
that
away.
subdivision.
Now, that's kind of what all makes sense.
So here's, I mean, that's it. Yes,
And then we would.
I understand.
yep, yep.
And the space on the other side wasn't enough for the road because it was like 35 feet. Yeah. I mean, that would be different. That would go under a different set of plan.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Because
we-
No, I'm just trying to think ahead, like,
Yeah.
that's all, I'm just,
I mean, for subdivision, that's wide enough. to
that's
do
what
that.
they would have, that would
Right.
be under a totally separate A now.
So,
So we're just approving this.
right. So we're just shifting lot lines. We're really not creating another non-conforming because there already is a non-conforming. I was thinking this is all one.
So how come it's, so I don't really think this is two lots, I think this is one.
Board members asked what zone this is in.
We are one.
It's has,
Anyone?
yeah, all right, one.
Yes.
So what are you saying?
So it's RA1. So for, I mean,
Yeah,
1 acre lot is,
yeah, it's a 1 acre lot.
Yeah.
Right.
So the purpose of this is that how this was before. I mean, if for me, it would be better to just. If I would just not create any lots and just you'd have all the frontage you need and you can kind of do what you want, but you're trying to get an extra lot out of it.
Well, we have enough.
I understand.
Still thinking-
I'm just thinking. Yeah, I mean,
There's already one non-conforming, so we're not creating a non-conforming, we're just changing the boundaries of a already
Right.
pre-existing non-conforming.
yeah,
And making
you're
it,
shifting,
making it less.
just shifting a lot line is all it's doing.
Hey, Charlie, I think along he's got the square footage, got the acre, got the frontage. What does it matter?
Well, that's, I'm kind of leaning.
No, I know, I agree. I'm just looking at this lot too, just looks, like it's so big, it's kind of like this.
Exactly,
What are we here for? Make sure it comes down.
right, which we already have the one non-conforming, so it's, we're really not changing,
Mine's are here or there.
it's, right, so.
I know, but this is 2 lots we're approving. Right? Can you pull up can I see that coverage? I think it's that. No, it's the other one. Yeah, that's wrong, the blank.
What do you mean?
That's it. Just check.
6. Two lots.
It just sounds technical, right? It's one lot. And
No, I get it, I'm just trying to understand.
Dennis, what are your thoughts? Dennis, what are your thoughts? What do you think? What are your thoughts?
Well, I'm still kind of confused about this whole rearranging of the,
Yeah, it's basically just moving the lot lines of,
yeah, but
It's creating an acre lot. It's really creating an acre lot for
it was just.
a house lot. It's just a house lot, regular 1 acre lot. And they're shifting the lot line so they can put a road between those 2 parts if they want to develop this.
Right. What does this do to the next lot?
It doesn't do anything to the other lots.
Well, it makes it less conforming. It's already not-
it actually makes it more non-conforming. Less non-conforming,
Less non-
It
exactly.
makes it more
It
non-conforming.
does,
According to
less-
what
because currently, right, and it's tough to look at this one.
it makes
The
it,
approved lot,
it makes this one more conforming, but it makes this one less conforming.
that's not it, but that's not it.
Well, yeah, but you're changing this lot line as well.
Right, but right currently, there's only 60?
I think it's 16.
60 feet.
Yeah.
So currently this lot that's here only has 16 feet of frontage. So they're gonna be making that 115 feet. So you're actually
One
adding
lot that has 16 feet, there's one lot that has 265.
Right.
Now there's gonna be one lot that has 150, one lot that has 115.
115, yeah.
So you're actually adding 100 feet of frontage. Yes, Frank?
Interesting.
Yep, I just wanted to make sure we got our board all on there.
On the same page, yeah. Okay.
Any questions from the audience?
So is this really just to approve the boundary lines of these lots and approve the lots themselves and not any plans for lots?
Correct.
And A&R is just, all we're actually going to approve is lot.
And because this is just a residential zone, both are only like residential lots.
One
Yes.
acre, 1 acre.
Right now, they can build a house on one and nothing on the other. After we approve this.
Right.
With the building inspector's permission, there's a bunch of other things they have to do, but.
So they only build a house on lot 1.
Right now,
So
yep.
you would have a conforming.
Exactly.
zoning, And lot 2 would still have a non-conforming frontage, so you couldn't build anything on it.
Right.
So-
Well, without coming down.
Without coming back, right.
They're gonna use that little bit of this part of lot 2 as an access road out.
Right.
Well, that, I mean, then we have to go along before for the whole other plan.
The busy dead end road.
So,
Well, again, like I was saying.
Yeah, I mean, long,
That's,
yeah, long in the future, if they long term, that would be an access road to that property.
Right.
And there would be a,
Out or you just don't know yet.
We just don't know yet, so we realize that, there's some things we have to adjust it down. Before we can proceed with that lot.
there's a little site plan review.
That little bit, that little strip that runs all the way out there.
between lot 1 and the Bruchel.
Isn't that a right of way? What is this? What is this? It was a right of way, right? Can you use a right of way
Yeah.
to add into your frontage?
They're trying
Well, is that-
Let's see, let's stay here.
The right of way.
No, you could
It's
still,
still the right of way.
it's still part of it. It just means now it's the right of way.
Unless it's deeded away. What is that right away?
That was for a logging.
Yeah.
No, why not?
Still. Yeah, no, I agree. I'm just asking if we,
Okay, that was my question.
Yes.
And can it be used?
Yes, it can.
Yeah.
Sure.
it can be.
So I guess my question on lot two then would be how, like, what would the plans be to develop that area if you don't, like, you have lot one abutting and then the parents' property abutting where the frontage is, how would you increase that to be compliant?
Oh, this here,
Yeah.
that would be done through the
Subdivision control. That's a whole nother
Right, so
process.
they could either go before ZBA and ask for approval to build a house there with
With an
less
uncombined
frontage. Exactly.
They'd have to get a variance.
Or they could put a road in there and develop
Do a
the
subdivision.
28
More than likely
subdivisions.
what would be the case.
Right.
But what about the right of way? Does this person forfeit that right of way or what?
No, it's still on plan, I mean.
It's not longer existent?
No, it's still, yeah, if it's deeded, if a right of way is deeded, then it stays with.
Someone might build a house out there someday. They can
And
do
use
that.
that or consider it as part of the property,
Because.
It's right through property all the time.
but it has to have,
Because that's on the other, the right of way is on the other side of the stone wall on Brian's land.
Well,
Yeah,
Well, it looks like it's,
so
no, I know it is. I live there.
yeah, no, I'm saying it looks like it's,
well,
Yeah.
this is how the surveyor shot it, so this is how.
Yeah.
I say, right away, just it's part of the deed and it would just be in that.
yeah, but you can't obstruct it.
you can't put a house in the middle of it, but you can have frontage.
But then anybody can drive through their yard to,
Yeah.
It hasn't been used in, it was, yeah, it's not passable right now. But that was an old logging road that went out there.
yeah, it
Yeah.
probably was in time, but
I remember the sawmill out there.
the right of way still exists, though.
Yes,
It
exactly.
has to be,
That was my.
I would think that would have to be taken care of in some fashion.
Right, I mean, there's plans all.
There's right of ways everywhere.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know, but people block them.
Well,
No, it's not-
correct, that's, but we're not,
But that's not,
we're not here to talk about like, can they put a house in the smack that, we're here to talk about lot one.
Yeah, I know, but that's part of, is
No, but lot one's not being logged, it's just part of the frontage, lot one's an empty lot, so whenever the building inspector or whoever goes through the process of approving a home on this lot, there's setbacks from right of ways, I assume, there's all kinds of
Yeah,
things they have to
exactly.
do. That's, we
So-
just, on
I,
this board, we just draw lines that are compliant with the bylaws.
yes.
And these lines here on lot one are compliant.
like, town has a right of way through part of Graves' property down here.
Mhm.
And they are able to block it or use it for anything.
Correct, but that has nothing to do with us. So if we
It's,
approve that, it's nothing to
That
do.
right of way is actually on my parents' old property, which is where it says Keith E. and Brian. What it says?
This here, Kristen.
Yeah, Brian, yeah. Just- That right of way is, as the stone wall is,
Okay.
Yeah.
It's on the other side of the stone wall,
Lot one.
it's not part of lot one.
It's on the other side of the stone
It's
wall.
on the
But-
other side of the
It's
stone
on
wall.
Brian's property.
but the stone wall is now being moved to lot
Oh,
one.
well, we're moving it, right?
Like a stone wall.
That's what they did. They moved that boundary over.
Surveyed.
So now it's on that property.
That stone wall is now on lot one and that right of way is of engineers is now on lot one.
If that works, but. Okay.
I don't know if you want to explain. I mean, I can't explain, I'm not an engineer, but I'm looking at the drawing and the right of way is now in lot one.
Correct, yeah. So this was done with deed research and then also monumentation that the surveyor had to pull.
Those are anchors and stuff in the ground.
Well, okay. I guess that has to be.
Sure.
Greg McGuire, 37 Baker Lane. On the last meeting, when the 55+ development was still in play, it was asked if they could separate that lot. And they said, you guys said no. What is the difference now? That it can
I
separate?
believe that was, I don't remember if it was, I know we were talking about the frontage on
Baker.
Baker Lane.
No, they talked about Cottage Lane, that lot. That he wants to separate it, he wants to change. And he wanted to separate it off so that he could build a house there and be the caretaker.
Caretaker, exactly.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
What's the difference now that he could separate it out? Where he couldn't before?
Well, we were filing under open space. That was a different file. Now we're just under the A and R.
Because I think that was,
What's the Anna?
Approval not required,
yes,
which is a very strange name.
Yeah, so if you have a lot in Massachusetts, right, you have correct frontage, access, and area, you can carve off that piece of property and create a new lot through the A and R process of approval not required. And so that's what we hear is the works.
It's allowed by right.
It's mass state law.
Yeah, it's allowed by right. So we, as long as it meets, which is why we asked a lot of questions, as long as it meets, we're gonna go through a checklist, and as long as it meets that criteria, we have no choice but to approve it. That lot, what happens back here?
and I think that's
Is
part of
it-
what it was. When that
I'm
was
sure what
included with
everybody's
everything
concerned
else,
about.
it couldn't be done with everything else being done at the same point. This now being done, there's not a lot, as long as they have everything, you know, the right frontage, the right acreage, everything like that, it's basically approved without question, because we just have to make sure it's all done like that. So I think that's probably where the last meeting, when it was all together with everything else, that's where that came from. Anyone else have questions in the audience? Yes, sir.
Gary Roberts, Stevens Way. I have a question is, how can anything be approved first? We've been complaining about how the lot 2 that was gutted with all the trees, clear cut, is flooding everybody out. So nothing should be approved until he takes care of what the damage he's already done. So nothing should be on the table tonight until that guy starts doing some correcting of the road, the water damage that everybody's feeling right now. There's no way that anything should be even talked about till he starts correcting some of the damage he already did.
I agree.
Laura, can you speak?
So, okay,
Sorry.
I was just gonna say, that's a different, so I don't agree or disagree, I haven't actually toward that. That's a different oversight that is done through site plan, so I don't, I
How
don't
do we
really.
get help?
Yeah, is there a way that we could get somebody that can address those issues to one of these meetings, so those issues can be addressed? Because I know that these questions and concerns have been emailed to the town several times, and it seems like we don't have the right person in the room.
Is there any
Is it,
update from
is it this?
conservation
is it
or
the selectmen?
anything? Like,
There's no conservation.
Nope. There's
There's no Mass DEP. The forest cutting plan is a state permitted permit.
has there
it's
been
locked,
any
right?
update on any of that?
The state forester permitted, he changed it from a long-term harvest to a short-term harvest. And approved it.
Yep. So the permit was signed off?
It's a state permit, it's not a
I
local
know,
permit.
but they signed off.
They signed off on it. They came back out and then they signed off on it. They changed it from a long-term harvest to a short-term harvest.
Why don't they go around to any of the butters? I mean.
I genuinely
one of the
don't know, I'm
rules of
sorry.
Cutting land, there's no slash is supposed to be within 40 feet of the boundary. This slash over my boundary. And there's tire ruts out there 5 feet
Yeah.
deep that hold water.
Yeah, the harvest that happened was under forest cutting permit, which was permitted by the state and not local.
And unfortunately, the state always supersedes.
Yeah.
Which totally understood. Is there a way that we could get information on, who,
Yeah, the
to reach
forest
out to
cutting
person?
plan is a a permit that's accessible to anybody. If anybody needs a copy, I'd be happy to give you one.
Yes, because they arrived and they were absolutely livid at what he did. And then all of a sudden they're gonna sign off on it. That doesn't sound right at all. Because when they saw what he did, they went bananas on, first word were, he was not supposed to do that. And now they're gonna sign off on it. That gives me a lot of doubt on what's going on.
Heard.
Yeah. And unfortunately, that's
Central Mass.
right. And unfortunately, we just don't have a lot of control.
We don't
over-
have jurisdiction over that, for
Right.
sure.
I don't have jurisdiction.
Yeah, and conservation usually has a lot of power and they have way more authority than what we have.
Well, thanks.
We basically just deal with lot lines and things like that. So unfortunately, we don't it's out of our purview of things that we can
Right,
control.
they were told one thing, and when they got there, a whole different story was evolved after they saw what happened. No oversight, nobody was watching.
Okay.
So what do we do about all the water problems? We just wait and wait and wait. It's rain season now. It's gonna get even worse.
So I don't know I honestly don't know the answer to that. I know it falls outside this board, but I don't know, Frank, and you have,
We've been asking who we talk to, it doesn't answer.
I mean, you could talk to the selectman's office. I don't know if they, I mean, they're the town administrator. I mean, they're the ones who, you know, kind of run most of the town.
Have you engaged any of the state agencies or?
We've been asking we've been asking who to talk to because the damage is getting worse and worse, and now we're getting into rain season. It's gonna be, and then now we find out they wanna put 52 houses on the other side of the hill and cut hundreds of more trees all downhill to 2A.
That's in Garden.
But it's on the line, 800 feet. 800 feet from Baker Lane is gonna be the entrance to 52 condos on the other side.
And
That never came up on the traffic survey.
Yeah, 15.
Yep. So again, unfortunately, we really can't control anything in Gardner. So we have the purview
But
of
it
what we can.
affects us.
I understand that. So all I can suggest is making sure to go into those meetings, being a butters, you know, so when
It
anything,
affects what goes on here too. Their
Basically,
traffic
because of
study
the water.
never said anything about the Gardner one, which they knew about. In the Gardner one, traffic study never said anything about the Templeton one. So they both lied about the traffic study to get their permits to get it going.
So I guess I'll say this.
Either one.
Yeah, I'll say this. So right now, to kind of like pinpoint it, we're talking about a lot that they have the right to create. Anything else that happens back here, there is tons of due diligence. Again, there's, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, there's site plan review applications, there's public hearings. There are all these things that happen outside of our jurisdiction that happen. I
that's
definitely
what we
understand
can-
your frustration.
Right. And that's where we
But
get.
that's where you
the
have-
Water in all the remediation problems, all that situation. When they're looking to do something with that lot, that's when we get to address all of that.
Because right now, we can't do anything. They're not doing anything with it.
So it's just a
We can't
lot on
address
Cottage Lane.
anything.
There's nothing that we can do outside of that with water.
If there was a site plan review, there'd be storm drainage
they-
calculations. They would have to divert water all the way from
When they
these
were looking at
properties.
doing the 55 development, that's when we were actually looking at stormwater management on all the things, because that's where that comes in. Just lot lines, that doesn't come into our, what we can actually look at for that.
Yeah, but you never accounted for clear cutting. Never was in the, when you. the first
Correct.
development,
That was
you never
done-
thought they were gonna clear cut.
That was done before they even
Goddamn.
came in. So that was something that was done before that came in.
But the state permitted that.
Right.
You see it
That's
everywhere,
where I-
all around.
That's where I would start. That sounds like who you need to go after is the state foresters and talk to them and find out what the plan actually entails.
It didn't include that.
Right.
How
So I
did
think
you find
that's,
out who the state forester was?
I can give you that information.
Perfect.
and especially if you said you do have a copy of that. So yeah, so I would start with that.
Public record.
Exactly. So I would say start with that. All the information should be on there. And obviously the state has more authority, more power to be able to go after and do things like that. So. Okay. Maybe,
Can I ask a question about that? This
sure can. That's what I was gonna say.
is that on the lower right-hand corner of that lot 2. Oh. You cut it, is this cutting off this or is this?
No, it's- That's just the existing stone wall. That's part of lot 2, and there's a whole other remaining land up there. So it's just
There's a whole another chunk.
to create any more confusion.
Gotcha,
so
yep.
Yeah, understood.
Any additional questions in regards to lot 1?
My only request would be that any deed changes show the, or reflect that right away.
Well, they have to.
Right.
And yeah,
Right.
so
it's-
that's whoever
This
purchases,
plan here.
whoever purchases it won't be surprised by somebody driving through there someday.
Sure, yeah, this exact plan was recorded, so it would show that right away.
Anything else that happens out there would be handled under this
Exactly. So at any point, if they are looking to do anything else with that, with lot two, it would have to come before the board.
All right, so we have, are there any other questions? So we have a checklist to go through.
Yes. Okay, so we do have 4 copies of plan.
Can I actually say one thing, Lori? Why is there 2 checks and not 1 check? Because
Because that's what was delivered. So when I had it come in, I did say that it's probably going to be reimbursed by the
it should only be 1.
one. I know.
That makes that. It's 1 check, it's 1 lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That will happen.
Identification of plan by name of owner of record.
Yep.
It's on there. The statement of approval under subdivision control law not required.
Yep.
Zoning classification of any location of zoning district boundaries that may lie within the locus of plan.
Yes.
In case of creation of new lot, the remaining land area frontage of the land in ownership of the applicant, if any.
Yes.
On there. Notice of any decision by the zoning board of appeals.
There is a
Yep. Name of any abutters, those are all there. Distance to the nearest permanent
Charlie,
monument.
who owns this lot right here? Lot 2, same owner?
Same.
Is it on there?
Is the owner's name listed on lot 2 someplace?
On the title itself, it's like, listed on the parcel. We just have the remaining land.
Can you read the question again? I want to make
Sure.
it's your problem.
In the case of creation of a new lot, the remaining land area and frontage of the land in the ownership of the applicant, if any.
It's on the title.
See?
Okay.
There's distance to nearest permanent monument. Got those on there. Location of all existing buildings, including setbacks inside and rear yard. Those are on there. Location of any easement or way, which is on there. 4 copies of Form A we have, 4 copies of A&R. Description of lots. The check, which will be updated. All lots abut a qualified way.
Yep.
All lots have adequate frontage, which we've addressed. Vital access exists to each lot. All lots have adequate acreage, which they do. Seeing as where that is all taken care of, I would entertain a motion to approve the plans as submitted.
All right, I'll make a motion that we move it.
And do I have a second? John?
Yeah.
Okay. Motion's been made and seconded. Any discussion on the motion? Okay, seeing none, all those in favor?
And you have.
Yep, and Mike?
Yep. I'm in favor.
Okay. So plans have been approved. Okay. Thank you very much.
I'll actually. I'll do everything. I know which one. Oh, yeah. That's just what we give.
I do.
Yeah.
It's, yeah. Want to. I'm gonna stop and sign all these or sign all.
I should probably just sign them right now. You want to sign them now, Frank? Frank?
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody else should say.
See, that's the second, so that's the second page, right with the other piece of land, like this is this one.
Lori, clarification, do we need to sign both or we do?
Yeah, because they're gonna file both.
Okay.
We have 4 copies of both.
I'll say, let's get this, before we get to, let's just get this organized.
They're in my bag. We didn't.
Yes.
Why don't we just pack it together, and that way we can do it all at once, and make sense easier.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Right, I knew that.
They usually plan 4, we need 4.
Yeah, they did a nice job over there. Wasn't sure. How's your phone? Yeah, I'll sign, yeah, I'll just whatever, I just trying to.
I think this was 4 there. I did 4 going.
Actually, I'm gonna sign down one wrong. Okay.
Whatever you want.
Training to what? No, they're doing.
This is the end of Baker's. Look at the minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, no, no.
Just give these that might need.
Yeah, they're doing good. I haven't seen them. I've been here for weeks.
It's a double.
Okay. More time here?
Yeah, right.
I did this lot, well, with the restaurant and everything. I've been busy here.
When you want to.
The end of the month. Yeah,
Still a couple of weeks.
yeah, I still have a few more, it's got a bunch of stuff going on.
Frank, I think you should have one more in your packet.
Of mine, I got an L-shaped lot.
Yeah.
And in the back, it says.
Hi,
lot
Dennis.
2.
Yes.
So they're gonna try to get a house in there,
All dated.
but there's streams.
You wanna be
there's
the
all
first
kinds of
signature
water,
there?
there's all the stuff that runs.
Be easy.
Right?
Was as high as it was.
Exactly, how they get.
Yeah.
Yep.
I grew up there my whole life, and out in those woods all the time.
Terrorizing the rest of the. Yeah, yeah. We'll be here.
Good luck.
And again, if you want to reach out, I don't know if it just went over to the,
Don't give up on that drainage
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, no.
I didn't see her in here. So.
I'm assuming that's probably what she was.
Well, no, I know,
Nobody's doing it.
right,
That's what I'm thinking.
yeah. The beginning of the end.
Get your magic marker.
That was already fine.
Okay.
It's been there for a month.
Okay. You can hang on to that. Go get more.
How many more?
Just one other A now.
We do.
Don't you think a secret copy back? Do you need one?
I don't need one. Let's get it my line.
Right.
Thank you. So all those state forest plans, the forest plans through the state, they never even really have to come to the town at all. They just.
That's their.
No, I understand. It's their. Yeah. Who oversees it though? Who makes sure that it's like through DCR or through? They walk all those and make sure everything's done that's supposed to be done. I'm just curious. I don't know enough about it, but. You hear a lot of complaints about those. Not just locally in town. I mean, just in general, you hear a lot of complaints. About
We had a problem on.
Yeah. Going now? The one on Patriots Road now?
Where they had bought 11 Patriots, the old rooms. Houses, and you put all those houses.
Oh, yeah.
Got 4 more there?
Or more. Send them on down.
Can hardly wait.
Supposed to charge for your signature.
I did. $300.
There you go.
I just don't think we're creating lot 2. I think we're only creating lot 1. That's why.
Yeah, no, it's true. We're just moving boundaries.
Just moving a boundary.
Right, that over to you.
What are we doing over here?
Well, we're gonna do the same thing for you guys. You guys, if you want to come up and talk, get yourself ready. You'll make sure your documentation gets signed through before you leave so that it can be filed.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Again, on this one, I have the opportunity to talk to the resident first. I did not take a check. This is moving about.
Okay.
And then you can advise me what you want to do.
So we're creating parcel
Yeah,
A.
yeah, I'm Gary Lanford. I'm here on behalf of Will Houston, Ryan Fallon. Will has power of attorney for Roland Leclerc, whose property we're addressing here. Parcel A and remaining land is the property owned by Roland Leclerc that we're dealing with. Parcel A, as I noted over here, is going to be conveyed to Ryan and Amanda LaFallon. Portion of that land owned by Roland Leclerc. And then the remaining land, which is left, is going to be conveyed to the Houston Revocable Trust, Parcel 2. So he is making use of this remaining land of Roland Leclerc, and that's the purpose of this plan.
So I see Baldwinville Road,
Mm-hmm.
and what is that? Where is the access to parcel A? From where?
Parcel A's access is off the right of way. Parcel A,
Yeah,
off of right of way. There's no frontage on that one.
Okay,
There's no frontage.
all right, and so that's what we're creating parcel A out of that chunk of land here.
Yes, creating parcel A,
Okay,
and the purpose of that is going to be conveyed to Ryan and Amanda.
who are here, I see that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And they don't, and do they have access? They have this access here, this 50-foot?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And that lot was created in 1984, so that was quite a while ago.
that's why, so they're behind.
Yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
got it. Now I understand.
Roland and Amanda LaFleur, this is the Baldwinville Road. Where's Route 2 in conjunction with?
It's about 500 yards north.
Route 2.
Whereabouts is this
Oh,
500
on Baldwin?
on the locust map over here, you can
Yeah,
see.
whereabouts is this? Like on Baldwinville Road? Like,
It's about 500 yards, south of Route 2?
yeah, back this way towards.
So is
Route 2.
is the store on here or is the store?
No, that property that we're purchasing abuts the store.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so that Roland owns that piece as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, where's the
so
store
basically they're
is
just giving.
actually down here, right?
The store they're talking about is up here, right?
Yeah.
It's closer to Route 2.
It's a couple lots north
Yes.
of what's shown here as Crompton, Robert and Rachel Crompton.
All right.
Yes.
So you know what the furniture store is.
Correct.
And then you go up to my
Always
house,
have
which
railways.
is got the big field line.
Yep.
It's the land behind all those houses on Baldwinville.
Okay.
His name was.
So yeah, so that land just being moved from one parcel to the other parcel. There's like no, okay.
Yeah, just-
It's 1.6 acres being conveyed to Amanda and Ryan.
Right.
LaFleur. Okay,
Mhm.
and the remaining land I see, and then you had mentioned something about
Yeah.
the revocable
this is
trust, but
taken
that's
out.
not really changing, right? That's just staying the way it is.
Right now,
Yeah,
but
where's this going on?
the plan is the remaining land is going to become part of the Houston Revocable Trust Parcel 2. Parcel
So
2.
even the remaining land is gonna become part of this.
Yes, yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes.
Through this access over here on the left.
Mhm.
Which has no frontage anyway
has no
now,
frontage.
so it's just.
Right.
It's just the frontage on the right of way and then there's some
Grandfather's land,
frontage
just-
next to Ryan's. yard.
Yep.
Okay. Which is, I think, depicted, there's like 70 feet on.
Yeah.
both sides.
71.
Yeah, it used to be behind this house here.
Yeah, so it's basically just. meaning that.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me.
That road up through there.
I know, right?
Military equipment. Oh, that's his son that was there. I think.
This is not gonna be all this.
Correct.
This-
Correct.
See the packet.
Did I give you guys a checklist?
Yeah, we have it.
Gentlemen, have any questions over there?
It's pretty straightforward compared to the other one.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. Just moving some stuff in the back, so.
Yeah, by all means. Okay,
Go through the checklist. 4 copies of plan. Identification of plan by name of owner of record. Statement approval under the subdivision control law not required.
Yep.
Yep.
Zoning classification,
Yes. Residential RA1.
in the case of a creation of a new lot, the remaining land, which we're not really creating a new lot, so. Notice of any decision by ZBA, we do not have any. Names of any abutters, they are all on there. Distance to the nearest permanent monument,
Yes, you got
all
it.
those,
And tied into the county layout.
excellent. Location of all existing buildings,
Yeah, there's nothing on parcel A. I show the building on Ryan and Amanda's property.
sure, yep. Location of any easement or way,
There's just a right of way to the south,
Mhm.
borders it to the south.
4 copies of Form A. We do have those, yes. 4 copies of A&R stamped. We have those as well.
Yep.
Description of lots. We have those.
Yep.
Fees,
Just, I mean,
just the one.
it's one boundary, right? You're creating.
You're not-
You're
so I think it's
creating
just-
one expanded lot.
Right.
You're just changing one.
So we just do the
boundary lot.
one. Yep.
That's what it looks like to me.
Gentlemen, what,
Gentlemen, do you agree? Frank and Dennis?
just the one, just the
it's
one fee, correct?
one fee, right?
So let's do one fee of 300, and you said, Laura, you don't have the check yet, but we will get that check, correct?
Yeah. I don't
Or
really
I
this.
can bring it back.
Yeah, no, that's, it's, we won't hunt you down, we promise.
Okay.
Well, Lori might, you never know.
Yeah,
All lots about a qualified way.
Yep.
All lots have adequate frontage. Vital access exists to each lot, which. And all lots have adequate acreage, which, yes, they do. This time would entertain a motion to approve the plans as submitted.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Good. Any discussion? All those in favor? Mike,
In favor, yes.
excellent, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Plans are approved. You got it. You're very welcome, no problem.
do you want to wait to take a review or do you want to, yeah, okay. Sign those again.
You got it. Can I run down the check tomorrow or I can go get it now?
Tomorrow's fine.
Yes, sir.
I hate starting with this one. I'll let Lori date it.
I'll do it. I'll start. I'll do this, I'll pass them and I'll do it.
Yeah, that way we can give it to them.
Exactly. 12th, right?
It is.
Nice, like, I read that one step, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's why I don't say much. Hello.
What's new, Dennis?
Hmm?
What's new? Not much.
I hate touching those things. I'll be the one that puts a crease in it.
Don't do that.
Hey, gentlemen, you're up. No, use nothing. Indelible is good.
We have other agenda items?
You do.
Do, okay.
You cannot adjourn at this point. in
No,
time.
no, I was just asking.
Nice try though.
No, I got a podium to build.
Cody, really?
Come on, let's just. Interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you for it.
Remind me to ask you a question about my term.
Yes, fine.
Yeah. And
I thought it was Dennis this year.
I'm not sure, but I want to ask you one other question about it. But,
That's fine. All right. You get those.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Nice to see you all. Thank you.
Have a great night.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
It feels to be the anti-climactic one. You didn't know you were in for it, did you?
I didn't sign.
Oh, Lori.
I'm sorry, I'll bring it back.
Yeah, no, I just figured I'd do them.
But that one
I just figured I'd do them both already.
was where my boss chance come in.
Okay. And you see how quickly I listened?
You
I
must be
grabbed,
well
I
trained.
grabbed it and signed it, just like you asked.
I want to know what your secret is.
Listen to most people.
It was too long.
Well, my fault, you're wrong, me.
That Italian thing. It's either 4 letters or 12.
Yes.
Thank you, we appreciate that.
Do a lot of mumbling.
Are we gonna do them all together or is?
No, I do. Switch. So, may I suggest that as the acting chair, you reorder the agenda? Because the people who are in our audience are here for the zoning partial.
Sure.
It, I don't know what I was gonna say, but it came up wrong.
I got you.
Um,
So if no one has an issue, we'll move up, agenda item number 6, proposed zoning amendments. We'll discuss that.
And I should also tell you. And I really thought Kirk was gonna be here, he said he was one way or another, but, so I had a discussion with him about King Philip Trail, just so you know, a whole bunch, I think I emailed you the information. There's a lot of frontage that was turned over to the Department of Fisheries and
Yes.
Wildlife, which kinda makes it.
Right.
I think that should be left as it
There's a lot
is.
there, really.
I think we should eliminate that from the warrant.
Is this the rediscussion where we're discussing the zoning change that were being proposed?
Yeah, we need to.
We just finished.
But feel free to talk.
Okay. So zoning. Thoughts? See, your folks are here. What are your thoughts?
Well, I looked at the notice that went to the select board.
Sure.
For a warrant article, and it did say it was a placeholder, but I looked up all the parcels.
Mhm.
That were on the placeholder, and I saw the area, and there's a total of like 2,989 acres. As part of this rezoning.
Mhm.
And out of that, 96.97% are conservation land.
Yes.
There's very little land that would be changed. That would actually ever be able to be developed, right? Most of, before there was some talk about the state coming in and giving all that land away.
Yes.
That's gone now. I don't know if you guys have copies of the letter.
I had emailed it to you.
Yes, I had seen it at one point.
I've got
Yes.
hard copies here, if you wanted to look at it.
Sure. Why not?
The guy says it's, that is true.
I already looked at it. I had a copy.
I'll take one just to review. Never hurts. Oh, thank you.
I'll take one if you have an extra one. If you have an extra.
Oh, yeah, I got some more.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
You should also know that when I advertised it, I left off everything except for, and it's not funny, I laugh when I'm nervous, just so you know.
Yep.
I had left off, I had said RA2. And.
Sorry.
Off the RA5 and everything.
Gotcha.
So we have a placement on the warrant to talk about zoning, but we really haven't. We kind of talked about, let's just maybe propose a certain area, but it's not like the warrant hasn't been developed or.
No, and I keep Adam in the loop, our town administrator, so he understands, I actually talked to him about. The information that we've received and that not everything that I have a placeholder for may go to
Right.
town meeting floor, so he understands that. Ryan is with us, hi Ryan.
Hello, everyone.
from town council, so she's available to answer questions too, but I think that's kind of a no-brainer
Yeah,
on that one.
I fully agree with that.
When we had originally talked about changing zoning, it was sort of like,
We were looking for commercial
yeah.
area, and it kind of got negated with,
Right.
I
I
can
think
give
we were
you,
looking for two things, looking for commercial, but also making sure we didn't
Allow
up
that to be,
another 500 home development
Right.
somewhere.
right,
I think it was twofold. We wanted to make sure.
but,
that
but
we-
that was taken care of by the gift to
Right.
Department of Fisheries and Wildlife, so.
I can give you a little bit of history on that, because when I was on that committee that drew up the land use zoning, and part of the purpose of putting the 5 acre restriction for housing was to help try to preserve as much of that land as possible. A lot of that land also contributes to our aquifer for the well that's located over there in Baldwinville. So there was a need at that time and concerns about trying to protect as much of that property as possible from
Yep.
any development.
So
And I,
now, Dennis, I'd like to hire you and Mr. Barrio, who's also great at research,
he's what?
great at research, to find the place for commercial.
He what?
Find a place. What would you
Commercial.
recommend?
Well, we have a place on the other end of 202 that's still available as commercial, which hasn't been used.
Be designated though, so we're good with that.
Yep.
We're not gonna change what's already there.
Yeah, but if there's any interest in developing any commercial, I think we should start there first.
Well, the hard part is that there's no sewer, water, or,
Yeah, I know that was the original
that's
concern
a
that,
big deal.
that turned that one down, so. I think we should just eliminate that from the, hopefully from the warrant.
Well, yeah, I mean, it makes
there's
sense.
no, that's the thing, if there's no land over there, that's the,
Right, and we said the whole strip because we didn't want to do any spot zoning because that's not allowed, sorry.
yes, sir.
One thing, I've asked the state about that, if it affected, you know, the status of the land, the zoning, whatever it was zoning, he says they don't care.
Right.
But I, you know, I would like to note that part of the parcel 2-07-40, that's part of the 1,627 acres. 1,427 went to fish and wildlife, 200 went to agriculture.
Mhm.
But that's on Freight Shed Road.
Okay.
But part of that 1627 is actually currently zoned industrial commercial B.
Which we're not touching.
Right, that was purposeful too,
Yes.
because isn't that like for
Yes.
adult, right? And
Yes.
it's kind of wetlands and we figured,
Yes.
Exactly.
but you have to have it,
Or
because if you don't have it, they can put it anywhere.
Right.
That's why we did that.
Right.
Okay. When I say we, it wasn't me, I wasn't on the board then. That's
Right.
why that was done, frankly. You guys were
Yes,
on the
no,
board.
I was,
back
even I was on
You
board
were.
for that one.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. Cause is that the only thing in that zone? Or there can be other things in that just happens to be
Where it's zoned.
correct,
Right.
okay, right. Right. Yep, no, that's fine, I mean,
So it would be better if you made a motion and voted on these. I need you to vote on them.
sure,
Um,
I would entertain a motion to remove the 202 corridor from,
We don't want to do every parcel. We don't want to vote on every parcel,
Right.
right? We're just
no,
gonna-
the entire thing you can vote on. You can make a motion that says you're removing the proposed.
Right.
zoning.
Right.
And that takes care of the whole.
The whole zoning amendment, and then
That proposed amendment, yes.
I'll second that.
can I just, oh, sorry, okay.
well, I would,
I'll make a motion that
Okay.
we remove it.
Okay, I'll second it. I thought Charlie had already done.
well, I was entertaining a motion, so I was looking for somebody to make the motion.
Oh,
So now it's been made, seconded. Did you have something, follow, a discussion on it?
a second's okay.
Okay, we got a second on it. Any discussion on it?
Yes, now I have a question.
Yes,
So we're moving, so we have no zoning changes after we remove this. Or recommendations going to the floor. This one's,
Well, there's 4 of them on here. If you
There were
want to go
other-
through them one by one.
no, I don't want to go, I just want to make sure that we're removing this, it's all of them that we're removing when we say,
All the parcels, yes.
yes, okay,
If that's what you need.
yes.
Yes, I'm sorry. I misunderstood.
Yes. Okay. And so any further discussion on the motion? No. See none? All those in favor?
I abstain.
He abstains.
Mike,
Mike?
Yep, in favor.
Okay, sounds good. All set. So that one takes care of that one.
so the next one is to see if the town will amend 300-13 Village District.
Oh, yeah.
Section D, number 9, to remove restaurant and restaurant fast food, but drive-up customer service facilities are prohibited. So when that was written, it was written in such a way that it only prohibited food.
Mhm.
You can have a drive-up for anything else. Like Camelot
Right.
is gonna have a drive-up window if they ever do anything with that building. So your discussions previously had included this, so you need to decide whether you want that to go to the floor or not.
To allow it,
To allow food at a drive-up in the village districts.
I think that has to be,
I've been trying to abstain from this, but I
I think I have to, I own a restaurant in the village
Right.
district.
Why do you have to abstain?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Well, you can pay the.
we're all a little like touchy about those.
No, but I'm serious, the guy, cause,
Yes, okay.
And- yeah, I'm not comfortable.
Well, you can pay the fine.
Well, I've done that once, I don't wanna do it.
to.
Right, exactly. I personally don't. The reason it was done was to kind of discourage fast food restaurants from being in our village district. So I kind of feel like I'm good with it staying as it is. Like that, because again, I'd rather not see McDonald's or a large franchise or something of that nature in our village districts.
yeah, I would agree with that. I think we should eliminate that one as well.
That is up to you guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because,
So,
I mean, we have a good example of what can happen right out here with Dunkin' Donuts.
You don't like the traffic in the morning?
Hmm?
You don't like the traffic in the morning?
Well, not only that, but the traffic is, people are crossing the road because they have to park over across the street. Cars are backed up on the side of the road, even in some cases in the traffic lane. And
Yeah.
it just creates a lot of congestion. And we didn't do it in Baldwinville for that very same reason, because that area just couldn't handle it.
so personally, I think it should stay the way it is.
And what did we propose? I'm sorry,
To see if the town will vote to amend 300-13 Village District 5. Section D, number 9, to remove restaurant and restaurant fast food, but drive-up customer service facilities are prohibited.
to allow restaurant fast food, but no other drive-up facilities.
No, it's the opposite. Because currently anything else can be a drive.
Oh.
This would allow restaurants to be able to have to drive as well, drive through as well.
So it's totally your prerogative.
But at this point, we have to vote because it's already, do we have to vote to,
Placeholder for it.
right, but we have to vote to either send it or vote
Right.
to,
Not send it.
correct.
Or not send
Not send it.
Make a motion.
I'll make a motion that we not send that one to the floor.
I will second that. As motion on the floor, any discussion?
Be a good time to recuse yourself.
I'm gonna wait till I'm just gonna abstain. Recuse, I'm gonna recuse myself, should I walk around?
No, just don't vote.
I won't vote.
Yep. All those in favor? Mike?
Yes, in favor.
Thank you.
Okay, got it.
Excellent, thank you.
All right, so the next one. I think we talked about this one too. Kirk actually, so to see if the town will vote to allow a proposed change to 300-13 Village District. For already established half or quarter acre lots with a minimum of 60 feet of frontage and the ability to tie into sewer and water to be allowed as buildable lots. So, since you started this, we had the opportunity to talk to our zoning enforcement officer. And those lots that are already existing are basically grandfathered already, as long as they can prove a couple different things to be able to do it. So
It's kind of a no.
it's, yeah,
So
Why are they already approved?
they're
Grandfather.
grandfathered because they were
Already in existence prior
before
to.
2006, before, right. They still have to follow the dimensional table from 1973. But they're grandfathered lots with proper documentation. So,
So we make a motion to.
we
remove
just
that.
leave it as it is.
yeah,
Okay.
Yep.
I'll make a motion that we withdraw that one.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Mike,
In favor?
thank you.
good.
Got it.
Okay, to see if the town will vote to institute special permitting through the planning board site plan review process for advanced recycling facilities. Ryan is here to help us through that a little bit because it was a proposal through the select board office. And Ryan, correct me if I'm wrong, there was an opinion that the current bylaw for trash, landfills, our bylaw did not cover what this does.
That's correct. So the issue is that these facilities are kind of uncategorized in the state right now. And so there's a chance that they might be categorized as something entirely new, because as far as we can tell, there aren't any of these facilities in Massachusetts. And so it's I mean, the town could arguably apply the existing waste facility bylaw to these kinds of facilities. But the issue is that still doesn't get you very far, because if the advanced recycling facility gets a site plan from DEP, they are allowed by right in any industrial district in town. And so the issue was, how can we help the town to best design reasonable conditions and place reasonable conditions on this facility, however it's defined. And so one thing we did was come up with a definition that would definitely encompass this kind of facility if it did come in. And then the proposal is to either amend the site plan review bylaw or just amend the commercial industrial district bylaws to provide that an expert consultant could be brought on at the expense of the applicant to assist in site plan review for such a facility.
Don't we do that already? Like with all of our site plan reviews, is peer review?
You do, but this is really clear language. It is in your packet. So it does talk about things like advanced recycling facilities issued a site assignment by the Massachusetts Department of Environmental Protection, consistent with chapter 48(9) and chapter 111, 150 of the general laws with the EP regulations promulgated there under. So it's gonna, in the bylaw that's being created, well, it's actually adding to zoning.
It's adding zoning provision to the industrial existing zoning bylaw.
Right, so there's, I don't know if you have it in your, you have it in your packet.
Yep.
Things like the planning board may engage a consultant, technical expert to assist this review process in section C. So it's not just peer review if you have to hire an engineer, you have to hire someone that speaks the, technical language, which
Goes beyond what.
I don't.
Right.
Um. Then consultant review for proposed advanced recycling facilities, the planning board may determine the need to retain a consultant technical expert to assist in its review of the site plan. The applicant's expense as provided in rules, pursuant to MGL 4453G. So if you look at the highlighted stuff that's in here, Ryan actually did a lot of work with definitions, with the entire,
And this is gonna be amended to our industrial zoning bylaw. And we already have that as a placeholder on the warrant,
yes,
and we already voted to put it on the warrant, or we asking to vote now?
you're being asked to go on it now.
And Lori, to clarify, and I think to your original point, this doesn't. The draft doesn't really change what the town can do, but like you said, it clarifies it so that it's crystal clear that there's going to be this level of expert scrutiny on this type of facility. This is the kind of thing that the town is looking out for, and it puts applicants on notice that this is something that would likely be utilized.
I think so.
It allows people not to think that they can sneak it through or try to find
Right.
provisions within our bylaws that are weak and not gonna go out of substance.
But by not having it, you don't necessarily take options away. But I do think if you're going to have a thorough consultant review and have that be a big part of the process, it's good to put the applicants on notice by having the information at least about the fee in the bylaw.
I agree. I make a motion that we add this to the industrial
To send it to,
board for a vote to add to the industrial zoning bylaws.
do I have a second on that?
Second,
There'll be discussion.
I'm a little confused about what, I guess,
It would be
It's allowed by right in our industrial zoning.
yeah.
And so now we're saying, when I say allowed by right, it's allowed by a special permit. And now we're saying, if I understand Ryan correctly, that if anybody's trying to do one of these facilities in our town, they now know there's lots of
This gives us
due diligence that has to be done in order to get to that point. It kind of says, we're not messing around. If you want to do this, here are all the steps we're going to go through. Be prepared.
Right. It's a much more thorough process to
Okay,
go through if they're
it's
looking to.
A little
it's-
more restrictive.
Exactly. Or just,
I mean, it's not anymore, Ryan was pretty clear, it doesn't really change our ability, it tells the applicant, this is what our abilities are.
All right, I
Right,
think I
Ryan?
can second that.
I think that's a fair assessment, yes.
Thank you, Ryan.
motion on the floor, any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Mike?
Yeah, in favor.
Excellent, thank you very much.
You.
Okay,
And your job just got a lot easier. Only one.
yep. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep. Have a great night.
Bye,
you.
guys. Thank you.
Have a good evening.
Thank you, Ryan. Bye,
Thank
Ryan.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so in your packets, we can make these pretty quick. I think they're easy, but I have questions. So in chatting with our zoning enforcement officer, we had a couple of people who applied for use permits. And one of them, I forgot which one's listed first, is it?
136.
Thank you. So 136 Patriots Road, you have already heard many times, it's Antoon Malini. He has another spot in his building. And he has Adam Smith, who is interested in opening Pie Ready Boutique. What that is it's hiking gear. And he would like to open a small retail store there for hiking gear. Do you need him?
Here's 136.
It,
Okay, thank you.
Tony's building, and you've been through it a couple times with
Right.
different proposals. And where it's
Just retail, I feel like,
just retail.
right. I don't know if we need to do a special permit or anything.
I don't think the building exists. It's not gonna change. The Patriots Pizza Building, 136.
What?
Patriots Pizza right down here on the right,
Yes,
and to Mr. Lewindy has another.
yeah, that's the one that was gonna be the
Right,
laundromat.
right.
Right.
We looked at it for a laundromat, we looked at it for, I can't remember what the other thing was.
I moved to
Well-
Florida instead.
Where I just needed you guys to take a peek at it and tell me what else you need, because.
Isn't it allowed by right? And the village just, it's retail. That's.
It's retail.
Yeah. So what would he,
Well, he had an original site plan. And in that site plan, it really was only for the pizza place. And I think you've been through it a couple more times with them. So I wasn't sure if you needed him to do, I don't think he needs to do a survey plan.
I don't think so.
I don't think
Nothing
so.
is changing, so.
yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I don't think we need to do anything.
Approve it,
Do we,
vote on it.
Do we even have to vote on it? Why did it come to us? I think it's allowed by right. No, because it needs
Because of the
special.
original site plan.
Yeah.
Is the business gonna attract a certain amount of customers and parking?
Yeah,
That's the kind of stuff you guys review?
it is,
but the building occupancy already, the building didn't change size. It's always been that, so I don't. I mean, I think that was kind of the original plan. Do you know what I mean? The original plan had so much parking for a building that size. The building size hasn't changed.
How, what about things like signage and stuff like that? Would that have to change or would that be?
No, that would all be through the building commissioner. Anything to do with signs and things like that would go through him.
Does it require a site plan? It does probably because it's special.
It's actually not a special permit because that part is.
it's,
The
pizza place being there, isn't it parking?
I mean,
No,
I don't think so, because it's gonna be a small retail store, and it's,
What are you gonna?
we approved it for a laundromat at one point, and that was gonna have like people that might sit there and park there for an hour versus people running in and out. I mean, I don't see an issue with this. I don't. If we have to vote on it, we'll just.
I think if we, yeah. Should we?
You have to vote on it, yeah.
And what are we voting on? The
Whether you
approve the
want
site?
As to be able to operate there.
You hate to throw Jason away.
Right.
Yeah.
I would entertain a motion to approve the site plan approval for Adam Smith for High Ready Boutique.
So moved.
Have a second?
I'll second that.
Motion on the floor, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Mike,
Yes, in favor.
thank you.
Okay, so the second one is Emily Robillard of 70 Patriots Road. She has applied to have a residential kitchen. A residential kitchen is different than most everything else. She can only do non-potentially hazardous foods. She can do jams, jellies, cakes, cupcakes, cookies, that kind of thing.
Where?
At 70 Patriots Road. So a residential kitchen is a kitchen, basically a mom and pop thing. Through my office, the Board of Health, you can use your own kitchen to do those types of products. You have to have a separate area for your dry goods, a separate area for your refrigerated goods. You have to be able to prove with a dishwasher or a 3-bay setup that you can keep your dishes sanitized and your stuff like that. So Board of Health doesn't have a problem with it, but when you look at the village district zoning, it says that it can be done with site plan approval. Again, nothing about her house is going to change. There's no construction. I did email her and ask her,
Which
No,
residence
no.
70? I'm just trying to picture.
So, yeah, we're
that way.
Yeah, that way,
Yeah,
so is it on,
in relation to,
like,
It looks like it's one of the new houses.
so can you run a retail?
Well, so that was
I'm
my
trying to
final question.
understand, I
Is
see.
it, is it gonna be, are they gonna be having customers come into the home or is it wholesale out?
No, it's not wholesale out. She will be taking orders.
Mhm.
And she will do delivery and people can do
Pick
pickup.
up, okay.
So it's a 1-person operation.
So we're not anticipating a lot of traffic flow.
No.
Okay.
There really won't. There's no structural changes to the home. She would be able to offer delivery and she will be the only employee.
does she have to have some kind of food handlers permit?
She does,
She does.
Yep.
Okay.
which she is currently renewing. And it would be called Let Them Eat Cake.
So is she trying to do a home bakery? I'm just trying to understand, because like
Do you know, Deer Creek?
Yeah.
The young lady on Otter River Road?
Yeah.
She is currently a residential kitchen.
Okay.
So they can, truly, if they wanted to, she could go to farmers markets and things like that with her product.
Yep.
But again, it's only,
Which house is that? I can't.
it's the one that has a camper in the driveway. It's right across from, it's actually not one of the new houses. It's sort of one of the newer renovated houses down here on the right.
All right, parking, would that
No,
be,
parking's not an
not be
issue.
an issue because.
because people are gonna be coming to pick up, where they're gonna have to park on the.
She has a
way
huge
or-
driveway.
Nope, they'll pull into her driveway.
Okay,
Yeah,
Yeah, her house is set off the road. She's got plenty of room there.
Yep,
all right,
so,
that would be my only concern, I
Yep.
think.
Absolutely.
Yep. so I would entertain a motion to approve the site plan review for Emily Robillard for Let Them Eat Cake.
I love that name.
Right.
Good name.
I love it.
I have a motion, do I have a second? John,
Thank you.
thank you. Motion on the floor, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Mike,
Yes, in favor.
thank you. Let them eat cake. Let them eat cake?
Be even better if her name was Marie.
Right, exactly.
Right. I like that name a lot, though.
I like that.
I wish it was more innovative.
Great.
Potential has. Does it taste better?
Next meeting, March 26th.
Not potentially.
If we have anything,
could be.
I won't be here. I know that.
go back to Florida.
I have to go to Florida. I'll be in Disney with my grandson.
You, it looks just like you.
So cute. Same hairline.
So with that,
We adjourn.
you may make a motion.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second. All in favor?